Welcome back to Educational Currency and welcome to 2026. I'm Robert Naumoski from the Coaching College and Ultimate Jiu-Jitsu.
And I'm Chris Kalodikis from Maximum Education. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, and we are now going into 2026. We're at this point the first week in January and we've marked 3 years of Educational Currency.
Yeah, no, it's flying.
Yeah, good 3 years. We've had a fair few guests on that we've been very happy with. We're very happy with all our guests, and we've got some new ones coming up. And we'd really appreciate your support. And I'm very happy for everyone that's been watching us so much. But we've noticed that some of you that are watching haven't subscribed. And if you do like some of the episodes, feel free to share them.
That's it, eh? Get out there so Rob doesn't have to come for you.
I won't. Hey, I'm getting old. You probably come, I'll show you how to beat me up. Ultimate Jiu-Jitsu. You don't have to be scared. But with New Year's comes our resolutions.
Yes.
And that's our topic today, New Year's resolutions.
New Year's resolutions. And we're kind of in this phase right now. We're at that point where Christmas is finished, New Year's has happened, and the real world's about to start again, but we're in that kind of lull phase. So it is a period of reflection and kind of what are our goals for the new year. But firstly, let's start out, Rob. What went well in 2025?
Depends. I like to, put my life into different sections. Some things went really well. Some things not so well. I'd say in the tuition centre and my teaching at St. Mary's and St. Mina's, I'm very proud of how the students went and the growth we had in there. Their marks right at the end, some people didn't get a band 6 due to their assessment marks, but they did get a mark over 90%. And I was quite proud of that. And then you watch them grow as young adults, and then what they pick for their careers, they're motivated. And it's nice to know that, as a teacher, I had a small part in that. Yeah. So I'm very happy the way that went and the results we had both in the centre and at the school. So I'd say for me, that was a real win. And I had a really big win. Actually, the biggest win for me was in my Year 7 class.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a student in there where about halfway through the year, there was a kind of like a discipline issue. It didn't go well. It got quite heated.
Oh.
Yeah, but we always seem to sort it out in the classroom, and you can feel that resentment from the student.
Always Year 7 with you, eh? They have to figure you out first.
By the end of the year, she was the only student that came and actually gave me an ice long black and said thank you.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I believed in you that you get a mark over 90.
Yeah.
And she did. And for me, that was a really big win as well.
Yeah, good.
I'll never forget. So, yep.
Yeah, good on you. Hard love, mate.
Yeah. With the martial arts, there was one team in particular, Matraville, did really well. And it's nice to see Matraville Jiu-Jitsu. They came together as a team, as a group. They represented us in a lot of tournaments. The instructor there's quite an inspirational figure, and the students got to watch him compete. He's now training the South Sydney Rabbitohs with Jiu-Jitsu, and the fact that I was his instructor, that was a nice thing to see him come up and grow. And in general, our Jiu-Jitsu academies have recovered after COVID.
Wow.
And you see the culture of the place is alive and running, and you've got that atmosphere of growth, and everyone supports everyone else. So that was nice to see again.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yep, yourself?
Oh, look, with me, once again, in a variety of places, there's, things that have gone well and things where there's areas of improvement. Last year, I prioritised health, so I'm very happy where I'm at with my health. Obviously, hanging out with Rob, it's contagious, to get in it. And I'm wearing, obviously, my party shirt today.
I noticed. He's got these things sticking out there.
That's what we did.
Nice.
We did good episodes on nutrition and healthy living and things like that. So, you got to practice what you preach, and get on it like that. So I think that was a win last year. I'm very happy with the progress we've had on Educational Currency too, in what we've been creating. And obviously there'll be the flow on some of the episodes we filmed last year continuing to come out this year. I think we're really, supporting the educational institution, which I'm very happy about. And some wonderful guests last year too. In the classroom, we did our first enterprise computing HSC, and I'm very proud of my students and how they went. But then that also will bring me into now the second year of taking a group through to year 12. And that's an area I've got to look at now. Where can I improve as a teacher to kind of find where were the shortfalls? Because whenever a subject runs for the first time and has a HSC for the first time, you got to take on board those learnings so that you don't have those same gaps next year. So there'll be a lot of reviewing as well on that too. So hopefully the next year group can get even better. But that's a common part of every good teaching practice, isn't it?
And also at Educational Currency, we are very proud of our highly accomplished teacher.
And that probably was one of the highlights of last year.
That was the highlights for us as well.
Oh, yeah, making it to that conference.
Yes.
Yeah, making it to that event and getting over there and, being awarded the medal and, as a highly accomplished teacher, that was one of my highlights of last year. And then the Guilds Award man is next to me.
Thank you, Mr. Paul Humble, again. I'm very actually humbled by him actually nominating me for the award. It's nice to get that recognition, especially from someone like him.
And well-deserved, Yeah. So, and it's just funny, you do lots of things, recognition will come, and it's good that we're both seeing that. I think we both had wins in that area.
So, potential areas for growth. So, 2026.
Here we are.
What are our resolutions?
So, look, going into 2026, the first one that I've got and I want to continue with is I want to continue with health.
You're doing well. Honestly, I'd say you've followed what we had here at Educational Currency and what our guests have been saying. Yeah,
well, look, and that's it, We spoke about it, obviously, when we had Marco come on and he spoke about, the nutrition, and nutrition is the fundamentals of it all. Got to keep that calorie deficit and be mindful of what you're putting in, high protein diet. It all starts with the food, and then on the physical side too, trying to just be regular. I just got some dumbbells for the backyard and trying to train every 2 days, give my body rest and all that. And I'll eventually build up to maybe possibly going around to Rob's house one morning.
Next week we're coming along.
It's very intimidating. Okay?
No, it'll be great.
I've seen you in action before. You're a beast, man. And the weights you lift. It is one of the most healthiest things you can do, male and females. If you look at, my wife follows a certain routine as well. If you grab Dr. Gabriel Leon's book, Fit and Strong Forever or something, it's probably not the actual topic of it, but look her up. She looked at research as a medical doctor, why, people as they age, even though they're healthy, are still fragile. And she bring it down to exercise and weights. And you're a testament to that now. Yeah. I mean, it's only been 6 months. Yeah.
Imagine a year from now,
I'm getting there.
No, you'll get there. Trust me. Everyone does. It's not a competition.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of
only with yourself,
Oh, you build a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
So with your New Year's resolution, it's just a question of we all get these big resolutions, these big goals, and this motivation to actually start something. But motivation's probably the worst thing you can have.
Yeah.
Motivation is by far. It sucks.
Yeah.
Because things come along, family, work, and the motivation just goes downhill. So I'd recommend, don't have a New Year resolution. Have a goal or something that you will constantly strive for all year.
Yeah.
So I saw at another podcast that they said this, where they said, if someone was watching your life as a movie, what would they be screaming out at you to change?
That's awesome.
Yeah, what would they scream at the top of their lungs for you to change? Even if it's something, something like quitting smoking. Feel free to quit 20 times this year. Feel free to quit 30 times this year. Even if you've quit for 3-4 months, then you happen to jump on it again due to stress. That's fine. You can always quit again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can. It's having these goals isn't about the goal failing, and then you not continuing it. If you ask anyone who's ever achieved anything, they've failed many times at whatever they've aimed at trying to get. So my recommendations, and for myself, I try and live this too, is for the New Year's resolutions, is actually having that one goal, and then just constantly striving to get that goal done. So you can tick it off. And then after a while, you don't want it to be a goal. You just want it to be something you do.
I love that. That's so well said, because it immediately came into my head, if I was like watching someone in real life without watching me, it'd be doom scrolling. Get off your phone and do something else, read a book, talk to someone in your family or friendship circle, or do your fitness goals and all that too. And and it's funny because a podcast I've watched, one of the things they said, like even when it does come to the gym or if you do have weights at home, if you're like got no motivation, because you said motivation can be the worst, but you know, if you've got your discipline, just get out there to wherever your weights are in your fitness areas. Even if you just do one exercise is better than none. And if you do that one, you're likely to do more than one. You know, that's the logic of it. If you just got to put yourself into that scenario, and if you can pull yourself away from something like doom scrolling and just put yourself into the right environment, you'll likely do that thing that caters towards your goal.
Yeah, just get it done. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
I think people always, I heard someone else use the farmer, you know. They're super strong. They do something every day.
Yeah.
They're not throwing the hay further than they threw it last week.
No.
But something is done every day.
Yeah.
And if you can, it's like brushing your teeth. You know, you're not motivated to brush your teeth. It's not something where you grab a toothbrush and go, yeah, I'm really motivated. Every morning I brush my teeth. It's just something you do. And this is what your exercise and food intake should be. Notice I don't use the word diet because it sounds extreme.
Yeah.
So you know, a food, myself, high in protein, you know, high in fats. There are carbs, depends when I usually eat with my family. But if for example, I went out for breakfast today with a good friend of mine and I ordered an omelette and chicken breasts. And it was great. There was a lot of protein in the eggs omelette with the chicken breast, had my black coffees, and it was a great start to the day. And we'll probably look at, you know, bringing a nutritionist in. But go back to Marco's episode.
Yeah.
He's a scientist. He studied nutrition and he's got a startup company that's doing really well.
Yeah, doing amazing things when he told us in that
So,
episode.
you know, you can go back to our previous episodes for the last 3 years and actually do listen to them, and people, experts in the field, do give that little snippets of advice. Now, you don't need to listen to everything they say, but if you take that one little thing that person says and implement it into your life, like brushing your teeth. And, episode I watch is the Andrew Huberman.
Yeah,
he's got many good snippets of experts coming in. Mr. Andrew Huberman, welcome to our show.
If you're in Australia.
When you're in Australia, please
come on down.
That'll be a hell of a guest.
I think that's up there. That's with the elite.
Yeah, he's quite fit, so we better get. You're ready for him.
Keep on training.
Yeah, keep on training.
You mentioned black coffee. That's actually one change I made as well. Just getting the milk out of my coffee. I still drink milk and other things, but just that's a change too, where you can drop some calories.
It's the sugar intake.
Yeah,
it's not the calories.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, and just dropping your coffee from your oat cream latte with an extra syrup to just black coffee. You still get your coffee here. But if you count week in, week out, a month later, how much sugar you've removed.
Yeah, just by going black coffee.
And it tastes nice, actually, after a while.
Yeah, you get used to it. Someone told me, I heard that in a podcast too, that, you just get used to the taste and, you know, water becomes, you know, your volume if you do want a longer one or just want a short black. But, yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Everyone New Year's resolutions are always around health, around something that they want to improve.
Yeah.
For me, spend less.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, this is my resolution. Yeah, especially kids at the cafe, you know. Well, it's a treat. You sit down. I don't particularly want to restrict them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, yeah, here's a menu. And they're very good at going, oh, I'll have that juice. That's $15. And I'll have an adult meal. That's another $25 to $35. Yeah. 3 kids later and you're going, okay, maybe we'll just come, me and my wife.
Like a glass of water.
Next time. So I'm going to focus on this year to curb that part of the spending down.
It's very hard with a family of 5, and it's especially with your family. Your kids are a bit older and they eat more. They're growing bodies. They're eating a lot more.
And we want them to eat healthy.
Yeah.
And this is where, you know, you kind of make that sacrifice.
Yeah. Oh, look, I think that's also then like another tangent, something I'm trying to work on, healthier home-cooked meals. You know, if you can do that, like getting out is the best because they're your memories and things like that too. But if you can get that nutrition in at home, that can be a great thing. And, you know, focus on your groceries, know when to buy groceries, getting them on special. That can all help out with it too, making savings as well. Yeah,
especially having that first, you know, we have a pretty big breakfast.
Yeah.
We were just discussing it before we started.
How many eggs is it, Rob?
8 to 10.
Wow.
Scrambled with butter, some white cheese on top. And it was quite a thing when I used to work at Cogomar. Sometimes I didn't have time to eat breakfast, and I'd bring it to school and everyone would go, whoa.
There's a big bunch of eggs in front of you.
Yeah, and actually, with a friend of mine, with Nick, that was previously on the show, he lost a bet. He turned around and goes, oh, that makes you pass wind more. and I told him, no, it's actually carbs that do that, carbs and sugar.
Oh, there you go.
That make you bloated.
Yeah.
Actually, a large amount of eggs in the morning for breakfast does not increase your cholesterol and does not get you bloated.
Yeah.
Research now saying it's actually quite healthy for you. Having that really high first meal, having a really high protein intake, especially as you get a bit older, your body doesn't absorb it as much.
And so how much eggs would your family be getting a week?
Breakfast is, I'd say it's about 22 eggs for breakfast.
Wow.
So, well, if you do the calculations, say I do 10, my wife usually does around 4.
Wow.
But then she pours some more of those egg whites
That's something I've been looking into too, yeah.
3 kids, 3 eggs each, so, well, if you're looking at that, 10, 14, well, as another 9, that's 21. Some kids, 22 eggs, say, is breakfast.
That's huge. That's bigger than a carton. You're pumping in
two cartons. We usually go shopping, usually get about, 10, 12 cartons to last you for a few days.
That's good.
What do you do during the egg shortages?
There is no egg shortages. We get them first.
Better supply. Leave that in, please.
There's no egg shortages. We line up in the morning like it's a rock concert.
Yeah, and you find the eggs.
And Super Bun know to keep them on the side for me.
You got to hook up there, do you?
I have connections.
Yeah. Why am I not surprised?
The ex-students from Cogomar that work there for me. Yeah. Corruption's only bad if you're on the other end.
Isn't there a meme on that? Corruption's only bad unless I'm involved.
Unless I'm involved.
Then it's okay.
It's not corruption. I do pay for them. But still, but then also you've got your chicken, beef, pork, fish, etc. So you can, like I said, go back to Marco's podcast and have a listen.
Get some tips. How about this year in the realm of work? What would be your goals for this year?
This is the first time I'm teaching Standard 1 mathematics to the HSC. So I was a little bit nervous in taking that class, thinking, okay, can I teach them? Will they respond well to me? So I've spent the 6 weeks holidays reviewing the notes, rewriting them, layering them a little bit more, structuring them in a better way. Yeah. So the information does come across to the students.
Wow.
And I want to get the results. I'm really motivated to get the results in Standard 1 maths.
And it's very good. Yeah. You're passionate there for Standard 1 too, because a lot of people think Standard 1, low-level maths, but it's good to see you've got that motivated. Well, if these kids are doing Standard 1, you're going to make sure they excel.
They see me working and I'm ready to go. And, well, I expect the same from them.
Yeah, good. So
I just wanted to feed that into the classroom. And we've got some great kids and I've really bonded with them well. So, so that would be my something new. And I'd say that would be one goal that I'm really narrowing in for.
Yeah. Oh, look, you guys are going to be in really good hands.
This is at the school. In the tuition center, I handed these booklets out quickly last year, and they had the HSC questions by topic, by the year. So then they can see a pattern in there. And I kind of came up with the idea quite late because a student didn't bring their book that I make them buy with the past HSC questions by topics. And I started photocopying and went, okay, this will be a great idea. So now me and Matthew, who works for me, are putting a better package together for all the Year 12s. So when they do start preparing for the HSC, they will see 2025, 2024, 2023, the actual questions by topic. Wow. So that'll be something new that I'd like to roll out. Also, looking at probably pushing more students out of Year 7 into Year 8, because let's say by the end of Term 1, if they're doing really well in Year 7, I'd like to bump them up a year into Year 8.
Yeah, get that acceleration going.
Yeah, and then once they're in Year 8, let's say I've got them in Year 8 while they're in Year 7, Year 7 becomes easy for them.
Yeah.
because you've got to think of it as stage 4, stage 5,
Yeah,
stage 6.
not by year groups.
Not by year groups. So in the stage 4, I'd push them into the older year group. We still cover the same topics at a faster pace, and then it just makes their life so much easier. So I'd be looking at that with, say, year 7's going into year 8. I'd like to keep the year 8s usually where they're at. If they're going really well, then maybe into year 9. But then definitely if they're year 9 students, they're doing really well, depending how well, they may move into year 10, or some I may even get into the year 11 advanced program. Or year 10s, put them straight into advanced maths. So we do cover the topics that they cover in year 10, trigonometry, statistics and other things. And then they're ready to go when they do the HSC. But they have to keep up to their school marks. So what happens, you do get the curriculum for year 10, but you're in the year 11 class. So you do the year 10 work, and then you keep up with the year 11 class. And that's something that I'm going to push a little bit more this year, just to see the effect it has.
Now, that'd be great, As mentioned from my own end, I've got to be reviewing my enterprise computing now because, as I said, year 1's over. We saw the online HSC. We saw how it functioned. We saw things that were built into the online HSC, how they could do certain types of coding into the actual computer during the exam, things that we haven't seen anything like that before. So I think I've got to develop a lot of resources that support students' preparation on that. And I've actually learned a lot from my own peers and mentors through the professional association with, and I'll get to them in a moment. That, really get familiar with the tools was the big recommendation. And I think that's something I want to target with this year's year 12. Really get used to using those tools. So if we do an in-class task, whether it be formative, summative, or just practice, they use the actual practice stuff from the HSC, that is similar to the exam. So that's kind of be the lines I'm going to go with, just kind of build their confidence in that area, because I think I really targeted content last year and that was done really well. But getting them confident in using those online tools, that's going to be an area I want to focus on. And then outside of school, I want to work on a bit of tutoring myself. Online masterclasses. I started with a bit of that last year. I want to keep that going this year and hopefully do a bit of work at the coaching college during the school holidays as well with enterprise
we
computing.
are. Actually, enterprise computing is part of the coaching college now, and we will be running holiday programs.
Yeah, so
keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, so we're expanding all over. So that'd be my professional goals for this year as well. And then, the other thing I mentioned was I have been working as a director with ICTE New South Wales. And probably the thing I'm most nervous about this year is they annually hold a conference to teach my peers in ICT education at all levels. So at primary, secondary, and people from tertiary, they come in and they run workshops. And I've been involved in running workshops, but now as a director and running the event and learning from these amazing other directors that I'm learning with, to get that running, that's going to be in mid-March, the 14th and the 15th. The ICTE New South Wales conference over that weekend at ACU North Sydney. That's probably what I'm most like, am I just going to be a waste of space? Am I going to be useful? I got no idea what I'm going to be like.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you know how far that's got to be in my career, mate. The way it is. But I really want to do them justice. So I do want to be an asset to them to the best of my ability, but also know because I'm new that, it's about me learning, listening, and let's see how I go as we approach the event there.
You'll be great. Yeah. We have all the faith in you.
You guys always do. You always support me. So I do appreciate that.
And then also with the coaching college, we want to expand the level of people that we're bringing in. So we've been focused on education, on schooling, etc. And we'll probably open the podcast to more about life.
Yeah.
Just giving everyone a sense of well-being with you as a person, and letting you develop into whatever your goals are and whatever you want to achieve. So the podcast did start off as educational currency, but it's an educational currency.
Yeah.
And this is an education for life.
Yeah.
So, we do take them as high school teachers, but we're going to bring university lecturers in. We'll bring other people, professionals from the industry in. Everything is education. Education's not just about, someone standing in front of a board, teaching you. Education is, you in the workforce as a tradie learning from mentors, how to do that properly. how to know when you have a good mentor or a bad mentor. And we can bring in tradespeople in, experts that can actually guide us through that. We'll bring in, every sort of profession from doctors to trade people to, police officers, etc. Everyone that we have our contacts with, we'll bring them in to give us their perspective on an education. And an education, like I said, isn't just an institution where you learn and then you leave. Education is your whole life. So this is where, I would, like to focus our educational currency, because it is, like we said, it's a currency. And you constantly want to be, putting it into your bank.
Yep.
Like I do my money this year.
That's right. And build it up that way.
Build it up, yes.
But 100% correct, the expansion, hearing the journeys of people, and how, what were their learnings and who were their mentors, we've learned that from a lot of our guests. That's what people really want to hear, don't they?
And you want to hear it from the real world, not the real world, other parts of the world as well. When people say, how will I use this in the real world? In my classroom, this is the real world. It's not a question of this is a fake world, and then when you go out there, things are going to be different. So this is where we're going to bring that in.
It's funny how you mentioned that real world stuff, because I ran into an ex-student at school, and it's funny, it's very common when I run into ex-students at school too, because, we teach them very well and people get very good results, but they always reflect on the rules, the things we were tough on, like haircuts and wearing uniform and all that. But once they start applying for jobs and, chasing their careers, suddenly they start realizing that's the real world stuff. You're judged on your appearance. You're judged on you present yourself, on how you speak, your body language. Like, that is all real world things, that allow you to achieve your dreams and get you to where you need to be. It's not just academics. It's far more broad than that, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. The things we teach you in the classroom, you may take it for granted, but eventually that our voices will come back to haunt you. I know teachers from the past have haunted me with things they've said to me that I've dismissed, but that voice is still in my head and went, yep, that's right, Shakespeare was important.
And you mentioned mentors before too. We love referring to mentors. One thing I'm honoured about this year is the system I worked for. They're getting me to talk at their central office to all our new teachers in the system. So I've got to put together a program. They're giving me points, and I've got to put together a presentation of the day to guide them through it. So that'll be in February this year. So we'll see how we go there too.
That'll be a good podcast topic.
Well, it will be. And look,
mentoring new teachers.
And I think one reason I was highlighted is, once again, the highly accomplished thing, kind of makes you stand out a bit. So if accreditation is on your cards, it does make you stand out to employers, and, and when opportunities come up, or you've got something in the back that you're this other level and you're willing to put in the work.
Go back and listen to our podcast on it. That'll be something.
Make it a goal.
And then also family time.
Family time is very important, because, we're all very busy. All of us are out here, and even here we're saying the amount of things we're planning on doing this year, but family is always our core, isn't it? And making sure that there is time for family, those special times. As of right now, you've just done your family holiday. I'm about to go on my family holiday next week. These are the memories. This is your core time where you switch off from everything else, and your family really build those memories with no other time but just with each other.
It's important. And also, for us, me and my wife, last year was a very difficult time for our family. We had a sick child, and we had still got focal epilepsy. So it became a very, very, very challenging year. So it was a question of, okay, you've got this problem, nothing else exists except this problem. And then it went from being really horrific, where we felt like we were overwhelmed, to then slowly layering it and learning to deal with it. So even family time is, the good times, the bad times, and everything else in between. And this is where, it's a part of life. It's not something that can overwhelm you, and at some point it felt like it was. But then there is a light at the end at the bottom of that hill. When you feel you're right at the top of that hill, all you're thinking is that problem, and it should be. You've got nothing else to solve except that one problem. But then you do move into other aspects of your life. For example, coming in and filming the podcast was a relief. Where you get to switch off, come in, and then focus on other things that you're doing. And my wife as well, she's the actual boss of the coaching college and the Ultimate Jiu-Jitsu.
And everything Rob related, I think.
Everything Rob related. No, she runs the businesses. She's the engine behind the way they function. I'm teaching at the school and I'm preparing math notes and working out jiu-jitsu curriculums. I mean, without the business being there, there'd be no one there. Without her, there'd be no one there to actually to be able to learn and do that. But as a family, you come together on that certain problem, and then you fix it, you learn, and then you move on to what is next happening.
Yeah.
So that was quite a challenging year for us in 2025, and now 2026 we're quite optimistic.
Yeah, I hope so.
We've got medications that we're using, etc. So it is positive. We are always of that positive mindset, and people always mention, "Oh, you seem positive about it." Well, can't keep negative.
Yeah, that's right.
There's nothing there. Anyone else can help me with, and the thing is, the help comes from the actual people calling. We had really good friends come to the hospital. We have Friday night doing our educational currency, getting my mind off it. I had good friends take me out for breakfast, a coffee, how you going? Having that human contact around when you are going through a difficult time is probably the most important thing to get you through anything.
Yeah. We've always spoken about that dynamic of having a social strength too. Have your networks, community, whether it be at work, at a leisure activity, at sport. Because,
it's important because these are the people, when they see when something's going on, are the ones that reach out, as my educational currency family did. It was a stressful time.
Yeah.
Yep, you're taking. Okay, we didn't have a show. We went out to dinner.
Yeah, that was a nice way to finish the year.
That was a nice way to finish. But it is. You've got that human connection where you all support each other. Like they said, it takes a village to raise people. No, it takes a village to live in.
Yeah.
Not raise kids. So when they use that scenario, you got to create a village to raise your children. It's not raising the children.
Yeah.
People live in that village, whether they have children or not.
Yeah, well, very true, eh?
Yeah. So you got to create a village to have the human contact with people, to be able to get you through the bad times, and have people to celebrate the good times as well.
That's it. You got to that good with the bad. No, you guys done very well. Hopefully, it is a better year on that front.
Yeah,
it's some good news.
We're optimistic.
Yeah.
Every time there's a seizure, ambulance picks him up, takes him to hospital. It's quite horrific for everyone around, seeing a child on the floor and then getting lifted off in an ambulance. But then when you actually go into the hospital and you realize and you go and you see the other children in there and you go, okay, it gives you real perspective.
Yeah.
Where
you're thanking God, aren't you?
Where you go, okay, our child is probably the healthiest one in this children's ward. That's not a nice thing to say. It's not a pleasant thing to go, your suffering makes my suffering feel less, so therefore I feel better. But it's a human nature thing to actually count your blessings.
Yeah, and that you really thank God, for what you do have and a way through it.
Yeah, so that was a big thing for my family in 2025. And in 2026, we do have that village around us that we're very grateful for, that we've created, We've got it here in the educational currency. We've got it especially with our jiu-jitsu community around, etc., and also friends that actually come and see us. So 2026, that would be for my family the biggest thing is actually seeing him going into kindy now and getting him ready for it, etc.
Yeah.
He'll be quite a handful.
He's slowing down.
He's got character. He's a juggernaut. He's so funny.
Oh, that's sweet. Good luck to him starting school.
Yeah.
I think that's something along the lines too, actually, with schooling too. Like, I've always spoken, my family's very supportive of me and all the random projects I go on. I really want to be a support to my family and their growth this year. Both my daughters in ballet, and they had a fantastic concert to end last year. Hopefully they both can continue to excel at ballet. All three of my kids now are at primary school. Hopefully they can continue to excel. I really want to be a bigger part of their journey and their growth to whatever their goals are, along with my wife too, who always supports me in whatever I do as well. even being a role model to my family or just being there with them sees a lot. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of training at home, and even today we went to the beach, and it's funny how much just by them watching you, they build habits based on you too. Like my son and youngest daughter, they're picking up mum's 1 kilo dumbbells and they're doing their curls as well, getting into it. My son was at the beach trying to race me with the swimming, like just healthy habits. You can't say it to kids. They got to see you do it. They look at your actions and then they follow on.
That is the best thing ever, is watching your parents lead a healthy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But with our educational currency, so, we're going to reach out for more guests.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I've got to get better at it. You're good at it. See, Rob asks people, they'll come. I ask people, they just pick on me. I've got to get more persistent.
I've actually lived a little longer than him. Probably a whole generation.
There's a whole number of people out there that know, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting to get you on here, okay? We'd love to have you on with us and to join us and for you to share your wisdom. But, Rob, you're more stern. Maybe you've got to ask some of the people I want on to get them on.
Done. No, just jokes aside. We're going to get some really, really good people in.
Yeah.
And as we've had before in the past, and we're looking. This is our 3rd year.
Yeah, I know. And we want to really expand this year. We're, even just from our own learnings too now, we're at a point now where we've got content. Kate's made fantastic videos with great production values. I'm hoping to transform them into shorts and push them out on socials and try to grow in that way to kind of expand on what
And I'll
we're
bring
doing.
the guests in.
Okay, Rob will bring the guests in, and we'll keep them coming. And I guess, and really keep it going. I think the key to anything, whether it's training, dieting, whatever, is consistency. And I think we've done good being consistent so far, and hopefully we can maintain this consistency. And now we're getting strong with our basics, expand in other ways, and use our energy in other ways too. So we're hoping it's going to be a really exciting 2026.
And we're very excited that you're sharing your time with us as well.
Yeah, thank you.
And hopefully some of this rubs off on you from what we've been saying in the past, and it has with Chris and myself as well.
We'll see how we go.
Yeah. I'm Robert Naumoski.
And I'm Chris Kalodikis.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great new year.
Done.
You did it. Yeah, it was a good topic. You called it. Yeah.
Easy. It's actually quite healthy because it keeps you sorry, Kate, cut. How do you say satiated?
Satiated.
Satiated. Yeah. Okay. Let's roll again. Yeah. 8 to 10 eggs. It keeps you satiated. I can't say. How do you say it again?
Satiated. I think you did it all right.
This will be in our bloopers.